Theresa, I know you absolutely love the song.
Oh, yeah, I know it was 12:55. I went and looked it up on her tweet because I was trying to find it out for a post we were doing, but it was 12:55 a.m. Eastern time.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, I was, first of all, I was at my parents' house, so I was like in shock. I'm like, I grabbed my phone, and my phone doesn't get the best service, and all of a sudden I see Shyla and Ariana talking about this song. And I'm like, what? So I, had turned my computer on, had grabbed it on, turned it on to find it, but I immediately teared up listening to it. It was like, my first initial thought was Rue, especially, when you hear the words lullaby and such. This my first immediate thought was Rue, and then I went through and I was reading a lot of tweets and different messages and stuff, and people were commenting, thinking, no, it's not. It's Prim. It reflects Prim more and her relationship with Katniss and Katniss wanting to protect her. And then there were people that were going, no, it's Peeta, and it's the cave scene when Katniss is going off to the feast. And then there was another one for Peeta where they said they were on top of the cornucopia at the end, and they knew in the morning they would be safe. Once. So. There were a lot of different interpretations. Well, I had my daughter listen to it, and I asked her, basically, and what it comes down to is it's not just one. I asked her, and it's not just one thing. It was more along the lines of thinking that it encompasses everything, every character, every moment, and not just one particular piece, which goes along the lines of this being a companion album and not just a soundtrack of this is not necessarily playing during any one scene. It's more of in her mind it was more of a song that covered everything, which I thought was a brilliant thought for her. So when she said that, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like, you're right, maybe it's not one thing, maybe it's meant to cover every experience that Katniss has and how she wants to protect everyone and keep them safe. So I thought that was pretty good. I mean, I don't know how many times I've listened to it, a lot. And so is my daughter, who is now requesting her skating coach to listen to it and see whether or not she can perform to it for her competitions this year.
That would be really cool.
Oh, yeah. Well, she wanted to do a song. When her original idea was to do a song, she wanted to do Iron Children. Was what she really wanted to do originally, but that
the Rachel McWhorter song.
Rachel McWhorter song. That's the one she originally wanted to do, but that didn't go over real well. The idea for the competition that it wouldn't necessarily work really well for that piece. So then she went to Taylor Swift as her second go-to. So she was listening to Taylor songs and trying to pick out one, and then she heard this one, and since it's both, she's like, this is it. So she's crossing her fingers that her coach will agree to it.
Well, I personally didn't think about how the song would affect any of the characters or the book because I was honestly pretty angry that Taylor Swift was involved with the Hunger Games. Earlier on Tumblr, we were already, talking a lot about Twitter and its many impact on the fandom, and then it just appeared out of nowhere. Taylor Swift released a song for the Hunger Games, and we're all shocked, and some of us, including me, were angry because I did not want her. I do not like country. I'm sorry to anybody listening if you like country or Taylor Swift. I do not like her. But yeah,
which district are you again? Which district are you the mayor of?
I'm sorry.
For the mayors, please say your name and your district before you talk, just so people know who you are.
Sorry, District 7. Anyway, so
District 7. I just want to say, District 7. Let's consult our map expert, V over here. V, would District 7 qualify as what we would think of as a country music district?
I don't think so, unless they listen to it particularly up in Western Canada. I don't really know anything about Western Canada, except for that there's forests and stuff there. That's kind of
British Columbia, I think, does have a slight appreciation for that. So, Mayor, I think you may be, your views and opinions may not reflect those of your actual district citizens.
Alison, District 10, I just have a quick comment to that. Taylor Swift, she is a country musician, like from the very beginning, but the song is not country at all. There's no sound of country at all.
Yeah, it's just like at the very beginning, but then I just listened to it, and then I just read the lyrics, and it was so powerful and emotional, and it's not country at all. You're right. It's like unearthly and folksy, so I really love the song.
District 5, Gabby here. Having listened to a lot of Taylor Swift's other music, because my sister's a fan of country and Taylor Swift in general, her sound is a lot different than what you'd hear on her other albums, and I think it really fits the kind of mood and atmosphere of the Hunger Games itself. I think it's a brilliant song. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of her voice singing it, but in terms of like the melody and all the harmonies and everything, I love it. It's fantastic.